Well, perhaps sometime I'll play my harmonica. Play Jesus Loves Me. But I don't have a lot of time right now. Welcome. This is the House of Prayer, and my name is Edward King. And as you can see, it has snowed, like I said it would. And it's beautiful out. It's just wonderful. The fresh, cool air is, keeping everybody in good spirits and positive, and it's just wonderful. I came here to pray. I came here to pray for some dear ones, some people who are dear to me, and I'm finding that a lot of young men are having great difficulty securing trustworthy and reliable spouses. And I know that the battle of the sexes has been going on for a long time. But I am going to be brief about this. Women can only be as good as their headship is, and a little bit less, because after all, they're only women. Now, I'm sure that just, pricked something in the hearts of all these modern-day neo-feminist, gender egalitarian females, but nonetheless, the writing is on the wall, folks. We have seen what the neo-feminist movement has wrought on North America. And friends, it's not good. Okay? Children are getting molested and abused more than ever before. Crime is running rampant. I don't care what people are saying about reduction of crime and all this nonsense. Okay? The media is going to feed you a line because they have an agenda to follow. It's scripted out to them, and if they don't toe the party line, there are consequences. Please don't just buy anything the media says. Crime is a serious problem. It's going to become even more serious before it gets any better. And the women's rights movement, for all intents and purposes, folks, has failed, utterly and miserably failed. The family unit is breaking down horrendously, and I mean no pun when I say how do I say that? Horrendously? Yes. Okay. And seriously, most women in North America today really do not know how to be good mothers. Okay, this was basic before. This was something that was commonplace in North America. Mothers knew how to make good preserves. They were very, very frugal in their shopping habits. Their houses suffered for want of nothing. I mean, they ate well, they slept well, they were pragmatic, they were practical, and only a minority of women were poor mothers. This is reversed. Folks, this is reversed because the neo-feminist and the so-called modern woman wants to prove to the world that she can do it all. She can be a super mom. Well, she can't. And she fell. And she failed. And folks, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't work. The whole gender egalitarian game does not work. Men are different for a reason, and women are different for a reason. And both are very good at what they are equipped to do, what they have been designed to do. There really is gender role in healthy society. And we can see the proofs of it all around us. Communities used to be much more closely knit, stronger. Mothers have the time to devote maybe an hour or two in the community, with bake sales, raising funds for community projects, and being involved in their children's extracurricular activities and whatnot, because for the most part, the main bread earner was the man. And there was none of this egalitarian nonsense going on as there is today. We've watched the progression of this thing from the 60s upwards destroy our society. And the number of criminals that are in prisons keeps on climbing. There's your proof about your so-called crime rates. And really, we really need to step back and take a look at this picture. You know, children need their mothers. They need their mothers to be around them more. If a mother can't go out in the field with her children and work with her children like they did in the old days, you know, and teach her sons and daughters the skills and things that they needed to know, so that when the young boys started growing to be men, they could hang around with the men more and start learning some of the more crucial skills, and the little girls being with their mother and showing how to can and how to bake and have all these. Back, you know, not even 20 years ago, 10-year-old girls could bake a pie. 10-year-old girls could make cookies right from scratch. Okay, a 10-year-old girl had already some sewing skills and abilities like that just 20 years ago. Where's it going, folks? I'm telling you where it's going. It's going to hell in a handbasket. That's where it's going. And, you know, I was blessed with parents that raised me a little bit more in the traditional way, and I'm thankful to God that I was, because now that I look back on my wake, that's right, the wake, you know, do you know what that means when I say wake? See, each and every one of us is born in this world like almost like a pebble dropping into the water, and the waves come out, right? And those waves that come out, okay, the impact that life made in that, you know, water of life, okay, the impact of that birth made, okay, those waves of energy, or whatever you want to call it, move through the water. When we move through the water, we leave a wake behind us. And we turn around, we look, we can see the wake that we leave behind us. It dissipates, it fans out, and it affects everyone around us. So we do have a responsibility to this, you know, this body of water called life, if you will. And oh, the wake we leave behind us sometimes, it's horrendous. You know, there are things I used to do, thank God I do them no more. I'm so glad that Jesus intervened in my life, because, you know, I look back and I have to ask myself, why did I do those things? Well, a lot of the times it's because I was ignorant. I was very ignorant, you know, and I'm just grateful for what knowledge I was given, and that my parents were a little bit more traditional than a lot of the so-called quote-unquote liberated parents of my day. Because now I can see that, you know, society is so breaking down, so becoming unraveled and falling apart at the seams. It's, you know, I can't even laugh. I feel like crying. I feel like weeping for the whole of the world, because it's that bad. Friends, it's that bad, and nobody sees it. Nobody sees what lies at the door. Nobody sees how bad it's getting, because they're all in this dream. Maybe it's, you know, I don't know, television induced or something. They're all living some fantasy. You know, they're just asleep. They're zombies. They can't wake up and look around them. It's getting very serious. And I'm wondering, you know, is there time for even 3 more generations before we just destroy ourselves? Well, fortunately, the Bible teaches that God has shortened the day, those days, I guess, so that we will not destroy ourselves. You know, so even so, Lord Jesus, come. But, you know, I have to shake my head. I wonder sometimes, is there even enough room for 3 more generations at the rate we are going? It's something to think about. I pity young men, because I understand that it's really hard to find a woman today who is not a whore. It's really hard to find a woman today who is dedicated and loyal and understands her place as a wife and a mother. I really feel bad. But you see, part of it is due to the way their fathers ran their homes and the standard that their fathers and forefathers established. And, I mean, sure, we can get mad and point the finger, but, turning around and pointing the finger on our past is not going to solve the present. It is not going to make a difference in the here and now. And that's all we have, folks, is now. That's it. So blaming our ancestors is not going to be the solution, and I tend to be a little bit solutions-oriented. Here's the point. You have to change, young man. You have to set the standard, young man. You have to put your foot down, young man. I'm telling you right now, if the majority of young men in North America put their foot down and were honest about themselves and their sexuality and started telling the truth and living it, the women would follow. They would follow. They wouldn't have much of a choice. You see, that's the point. Those women who don't self-destruct. The proof is in the pudding. Those women who do not follow the leadership of the man self-destruct. It's right there. It's right there in the record. It's right there in the DNA. So consider that, young men. Set the standard. Be honest. If you're polygamous, look your woman in the eyes and tell her you're polygamous. If she dumps you, it's better off that way anyway. Because, sooner or later, the truth will surface. Be honest with yourself. Okay, if you're monogamous, make sure you know for a fact you are monogamous. Don't try to be something you're not. Don't ever do that. Okay, it's not fair to her. It's not fair to your children. It's not fair to anyone. But be honest and be forthright. Don't hide the truth. Okay, because I know for a fact that this is why it's so hard to find a good woman. It isn't because, men are polygamous. It isn't because men are honest about their sexuality. No, that's not it. Okay? It's because men are dogs. Okay? That's the real reason. And so women follow in their footsteps, and guess what that makes them? Female dogs. And we all know what those are, right? Well, there you go. There you go. As men, we must set the standard. As men, we must put our foot down and say, no, this is the way it is. If you can't respect my masculinity, see you later. Go self-destruct. Better that. Brother, better that. I know young men, they want their sex. Trust me, there are ladies out there that will honor that, as long as their men are honest and forthright. Tell the truth. Lie not. Tell the truth. Just be honest about who you are, what you are. Don't beat around the bush with your woman. Okay? And if your woman starts lying to you anyway, well, you know right there and then how much she's worth your investment and energy. If your woman is just a liar, man, you're going to have to pray about that one. You're going to have to pray about that one, because I know what it's like in my past, being with undesirable women. And one time I thought I found myself a good woman, and I married her. Okay, not according to the world's definition of marriage, but to God's definition of marriage. Not according to some crap piece of paper's definition of marriage, but according to God's definition of marriage. I did marry her, and she proved to be a liar. A real liar. Okay, now this is it. You're going to have to work that out with the Lord if you married a lying wife. But don't stoop to her level. Don't stoop to her level. Understand that the leadership and the example sit squarely on your shoulders, young man. And if you don't like the way things are, then set the standard. Because all the world is looking to you, young man. And not many in this world anymore are looking to the neo-feminist movement. Not many in this world are looking toward the liberated woman. They already know that she is a deplorable, pitiable disaster. They're looking to you, young man, to set the standard, and to be a man, and to be honest, and to be forthright. And you can do it with God's help. God bless you. God bless you.